All right, what's good, people? All right, we're back at you with another one today. Live Ride Sports Media. We in the house. Remember, hit that like, comment, subscribe. Anytime I drop a hardcore video for you. Today, we have to go up to Indy, actually, we have to go up to DC, where the Indiana Fever will be playing the Washington Mystics for the first time this season. Now, the Washington Mystics will be coming off a back-to-back because they just played the Chicago Sky last night. But we're gonna have to dive into some news right now. Now, this week been ever since last weekend, it's been a whirlwind of controversy surrounding Caitlin Clark and the situation with her and Trinity Carter, and it has sparked a lot of interesting topics. You have people from Nancy Lieberman, one of my favorites in college basketball, Tamika Catching, who used to be with the Fever, retired, and won a title with Fever. And you had UConn great Geno Auriemma speaking out. You had Colin Kerr, you had Manji Johnson, you had everybody speaking out. So today in media, Caitlin Clark finally addressed it.
Yeah, I wish we could all play basketball, and it is what it is. But like I said, it's the conversations are gonna happen. It's good for women's basketball at the same time, but I think it's hard for people to remember. I just love playing basketball. This is my job. This is what I'm here for. I'm not here for all the other stuff. That's not what my teammates are here for either. And that goes for the rest of the teams in the league as well. They want to play basketball. That's what they've been doing their entire lives. They're really good at it. I've come into this league and I'm trying to learn as much as I can too. I'm 22 years old and there's a lot of expectations on my shoulders, and I feel like I've grown a lot and I'm going to continue to grow. And it's been a great learning period for myself and allowing myself a lot of grace. It's at times is really hard because I'm a perfectionist and I want to be really good for, our organization, for my teammates. And I've done some really good stuff, but also I've learned a lot too. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, basketball's my job, and that's what I want to focus on the most. Absolutely, yeah. I think that's something you can never lose. It wouldn't be very fun showing up to work every day if I didn't find a lot of joy in it, just like all of you guys. So,
how easy? Time for two more guys. How easy is it? I mean, you just said, I just want to play basketball, but it seems to us easier said than done. How were you able to, your senior year at Iowa, kind of just, did you realize that the discourse was more and you just wanted to block it out, play basketball? When did you kind of come to that, realization, for lack of a better term?
Honestly, I feel like I have a pretty good skill of blocking everything out. I think, being in this position, you better have that skill or else it's going to break you at some point. And I think I've surrounded myself with really good people, whether it's my coaches, whether it's my teammates, whether it was in college, whether it's here, and I think also my family, they've been a huge support of myself, and they see all this stuff too, and that definitely has to be hard on them. You have to remember we're regular people with feelings. My parents have feelings. It can definitely be hard at times, but I would never change it for the world. I'm just really grateful to be in this position, and whatever comes with that. And, I try to remember the positives and remember all the good things too. So, I definitely wouldn't change it for the world. And I think just surrounding yourself with really good people that always have your best interests at heart is the most important thing.
Now, you hear that from Caitlin. Now, the media has made it, a lot bigger than what it is, but Colin Kerr did say that we know there's some jealousy. We know there is some unfair bias and stuff that's going on with Caitlin Clark. But it takes a strong person to block out noise and do the things that she can contribute to help her team grow and be successful. Yeah, the team has not played well throughout the season. She's being challenged, even though she said it in her press conference that she's being blitzed more than any other player. And you got to look at it from that standpoint, is that this is unprecedented. Even Rebecca Lobo came out and said that this is unprecedented for a rookie of her caliber to be blitzed the way she's being blitzed. Because let's make no mistake, Caitlin Clark is a phenomenal talent. She draws a lot of attention. And this is where her teammates have to step up. Early in this pregame press conference, well, not press conference, but shoot around, Aaliyah Boston had a chance to address the comments too. Now, she did say that her and her teammates do talk about standing up for each other. As the media perception, and myself has seen from the video last week that it didn't look like that. She walked slowly over there instead of rushed over there to help her teammate out, and it looked like she was smirking. So, with that being said, it's one of the things that this team, and I'm sure everybody has heard, this team haven't had Caitlin's back. And let's make no mistake, they hear the noise. Now, I don't know for sure Caitlin hears the noise, but I know her family is hearing the noise, as she alluded to, and she wants to be a winner. Like she said, she's a perfectionist. She's a perfectionist. So when you get a person like that, that's high caliber, that's a perfectionist, guess what's going to happen? They want to win. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan was that same way. Kobe Bryant was that same way. They want to win. And as soon as her teammates start gravitating more to her and follow her lead, and she's learning her teammates as well, this team is going to be successful. Now, I do believe at the end of the season, some of these players won't be on this team. I do believe that. But right now, she's taking in stride. She's doing the things that she's doing. The media has twisted this whole thing around, and we cannot be blinded. We cannot be stupid about it, because there are some certain dynamics that's going along with this. But for Caitlin Clark to come out and let y'all know that, hey, I am strong enough. I done been through the wars before. I'm going to continue to go through the wars. But at the same time, she's going to, and I do believe after this season, she's go through everything and finally start showcasing her ability. I think going into next year, a lot of the teams won't be playing her like that. They won't, because I do believe, it looks bad now and all of this stuff, but I do believe she's going to garner the attention and the respect from teams, because they're going to say, okay, you know what? This young lady is built for it. Now, Geno Auriemma, the UConn coach, he came out with a statement early this week. He said that, hey, Caitlin Clark is being targeted. You know what I'm saying? Then he turned around, went on the Dan Patrick show, came out with some more comments saying, hey, this kid has a huge target on her back. Clark is signaled out by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they show to the NBA. Now, that's what he said at first. Then he come back and doubled down on his stance. You know what I'm saying? So let me read this again, what he said first. There's a huge target on this kid's back. He said that he believes that she's being signaled out by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they shown to the NBA. Okay, so if you felt that strongly about it and took up for her, then why not stand on it? You know what I'm saying? I think that his fellow UConn players, like Breonna Stewart, like Donna Taurasi, probably Sue Bird. I won't say as much as Mario Moore, because you haven't heard from her lately. You have heard, he probably had heard the whispers behind doors. And then he came back and doubled down. And this is what he said. He said that she is facing the rookie challenge. The rookie hardships are inherent with being a rookie. Yes, I wish I agree. The rookie hardships are being inherent of being a rookie, because a rookie as her caliber, the number one pick coming in, they want to challenge you. If she was the number 5, number 4 10th pick in the draft, I do not think that she would have garnered this much attention. Because you got to think of it, certain rookies that's drafted high in the top 5 or the top 10 are going to, they're going to show a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Where if you drafted a little bit later in the rounds, and they're not going to pay too much attention to you because you don't have that cliche a little bit. You're a great player, but you have to develop into that great player. But for Caitlin's standpoint, Cameron Brink's standpoint, you know, Camilla Dozo, she was number 3, but she got hurt. I do believe she's going to finally find her footing. Cameron Brink, same way. She's, you know, she started out pretty good. Now she's struggling. Caitlin Clark is struggling and having some highs and some lows at the same time. You know what I'm saying? She became Rookie of the Month not too long ago. She's the first person to Sabrina Ionescu have 150 points, 50 rebounds, 50 assists. So that's the second time somebody, did that. So Gino went on to say she's also being targeted. He said he did praise Clark for how she is navigating the challenges she's facing in early portions of her pro basketball career. And let me elaborate on that a little bit more. Yeah, she is. She definitely is navigating this because you can hear how she talks in the interviews. You can hear how she talks in press conferences. You can hear how she conducts herself with the media. She's a professional. She's not out there boasting, talking negatively, trying to get the attention on her. She's all about winning. She's all about her teammates. She's all about getting this organization in the right direction to win games. She's not worrying about what everybody has to say outside it. She could care less of what it. And the media took that storyline, and if the WNBA commissioner had came out and addressed this on Monday, this story wouldn't have been as widespread as it is. But since she has not come out and she failed to come out to address the situation, it leaves a bitter taste in a lot of people's mouth. Like, what is she doing? You know what I'm saying? And I'll get furthermore down that. Gino also said that he thinks he thinks she's handled it great. He thinks she talks a lot of yes, which she does. She's a trash talker, and you've seen it in college. And she gets it back because she does take it back. But she knows how to dish it and she knows how to receive it. You know what I'm saying? That's just like Michael Jordan. They gave it to Michael Jordan, but he gave it back a lot more than they could give it to him. So, but now this is where I have to totally agree with Gino because he went into some stuff that I think is kind of disrespectful to Caitlin as a player, as an athlete. He could have chosen his words wisely, but the way he said it is like she's a weak athlete. You know what I'm saying? So he said he does not believe Clark is built for the physicality of the WNBA. He noted that she will eventually get acclimated and can always rely on her top-notch skill set. He said she's just not built for the physicality of this league, and she's not quick enough to get away from the physicality. So there's a lot of a learning curve, like Diana Taurasi said, when she gets it. She has elite skill set that is going to really help her, but she needs to be on a better team, and she needs to get more experience, and that will come. Now, that is, to me, I feel like that's disrespectful to a player that has the ultimate skill set. They say the same thing about Steph Curry when he came into the NBA, and look what he's become. Her skill set is different from everybody's skill set in the league. And I think she's quick enough. She will get quicker because as she adapts to this league and see how people play, she's going to get quicker. Hell, Larry Bird wasn't that quick, but he was quick enough. You know what I'm saying? So just to minimize this young lady talent and say that, oh, she's not built for it, but she's showing you she's built for it because she's been getting knocked down. She's been getting hit. You know what I'm saying? She done played physical before. So, you know, he making it seem like Caitlyn is some kind of little weakling. And I think that's dumb for him to even come out his mouth and say that she's not built for it. Yeah, she's going. Same thing, Michael Jordan. He went through it. Kobe went through it, but they added a little bit more muscle. I think she will add a little bit more muscle in the off season, not this season, because she don't want to mess up her shooting form. But when she get in the off season, she's going to do that. She's going to be able to add a little muscle upper body. She's going to be able to strengthen her legs a little bit. She's going to be able to be a little bit more quicker because she's one thing you can't minimize a athlete that's the student of the game. LeBron's the same way. Even I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but he's the same way. But look how big he is because he wasn't that big. He got bigger later. Michael, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, all of them, they had got a little bit bigger to deal with the rough and tough. And now that she knows how many games she's playing all season versus college, because she played a lot of games in college versus the NBA, her body is going to be able to adapt to the WNBA style. And that's where I think people should just come out and say, hey, I think she's going to be great. I think she's going to adapt to the style of the WNBA. You know, she's going through a learning curve. Just sit there and say, well, oh, she's not built for the physicality. Okay, yeah, she's not built there, but her skill set is where got her there. And just sitting there trying to minimize her as some weak child, I that's totally disrespectful to me. You know what I'm saying? So, and, you know, the WNBA players, you know, especially Breonna Stewart and all of these people, they advocating the physicality. That's what they're doing. They're advocating the physicality every time they step into the media. But the one thing they can't do is shape Caitlin Clark's confidence. And that's where I think this is where they get it misconstrued at, that they trying to shake her confidence. Now, Magic Johnson was on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and he gave his insight of it. And plus, he gave some much needed advice for Caitlin Clark also, you know, when it comes to this stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is where I feel like athletes should come out and reach out to her and say, hey, this is how you navigate this. This is what you do to this. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having all these other negative talking points, you know. And like I said, Geno's most likely got talked to behind closed doors by some of his former players, and he went back out and changed it. You know what I'm saying? And then now he targeted the fan base and called them disillusional. Like Cal said, we all as fans had expectations for our athletes. You know what I'm saying? It's not unrealistic for us to have that expectation for our athletes because we don't follow them so long and we love what they do. We want them to succeed. So it's not uncommon for fans to do that to their athlete. But before I close out, I'm going to let y'all listen to what Magic Johnson has to say.
Let me ask you about these WNBA players, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, who many are saying are the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson of the WNBA. Do you like that when you hear that?
I like it, and they are.
Were you treated as roughly as they have been treated when you were a rookie?
Of course.
You were?
Of course.
Just cheap shots?
Yes, veterans are going to test you, right? And if they feel that you've gotten more money or more publicity, you know, they're upset about that. So when I came my first training camp, first day of practice, Ron Boone, I was looking up to get the rebound. He came and hit me real hard behind my neck.
One of your own teammates?
My own teammate. And he said, take that, rookie.
Oh.
So I said, okay. So I got up, and about 3 plays later, he was looking up to box me out. So I ran as fast as I could. And I hit him, bam, right behind his neck.
You did?
Really hard.
Really?
And he fell to the floor. And I told him, I said, don't forget, I'm tough, I'm rough. If you want to play like that, we can play like that. And all the Laker players came running up to me and hugged me and said, we like you.
They did.
because I couldn't let him get away with that.
Of course not.
Now, Caitlin, her teammates got to come to her defense.
Sure.
You can't allow her to have to fight every battle, right?
Right.
But we have to understand that both Caitlin, Angel, and Brink, who plays for my Sparks, they made the WNBA better. And they're going to be tested by these incredible women who've been in the league for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin is the most popular WNBA player, but she's not the best at this time. Just like Larry and I were not the best when we entered the league. We became the best later on by our play. Caitlin still has to play great to become the best WNBA player.
You, after your rookie year, I think, and correct me if I have any of this wrong, you got a 25-year, $25 million contract, which seemed like a crazy amount of money at the time. Now it's like, it's basically what you spend on lunch, right?
Yes.
But it was a lot of money, and the other players, the other Lakers, were not happy about it, right?
No, they were not happy because that was more money than anybody had ever received.
You think it would make them happy because they would see that there's potential for them to get more money?
No. They didn't see it that way, even though it worked out like that. Right. See, players don't see the long term. It's all about the short term. So what Larry and I did for the NBA to this day, guys are capitalizing on.
Sure. Yeah, they are.
Right. So now they're making $50 million a year. Okay. And let me give Caitlin some advice.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Call Larry Bird.
Really?
Yeah, call Larry Bird. Ask him for advice.
Oh.
Because you think about...
Why not call you?
Well, she can call me.
Oh.
But
what does
Larry,
he know? I mean,
Indiana, he's already there.
Oh.
And I think that he could give her great advice on how to handle this situation because he went through it himself. So it would be a perfect situation. He already lived there, grew up in Indiana, on and on and on. I think it would be great.
Do you think a person with a mustache like that should be giving anyone advice about it?
All right. So you hear what Magic Johnson had to say about, Caitlin Clark and the rest of the rookie class. And he, like he said, she will have to figure out, the main thing is her teammates have to have her back. They have to come to her defense. She is the star rookie of the team. A lot of people are discouraged about the team. Like I said, this team gonna look a little bit different. They're gonna put pieces around Caitlin to where she can flourish and show off her skill set like she did in Iowa. Right now, it doesn't look like that because the pieces, they try to make these pieces fit, which the pieces is not complementary to her style of play. And when you have a player that magnitude, you're going to have to adapt to it. That's just like in the NFL. When you have quarterbacks that come in that have a different skill set, you have to put players around that quarterback for that quarterback to thrive. If that quarterback does not thrive in the coaching system or the players around, he will doomed to fail. And with the Indiana field that had the number one pick last year and this year, you got two cornerstone pieces so far, young pieces, Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is going to be the driving force behind this team. Make no mistake. Aaliyah Boston is going to be the second best player on this team to Caitlin. And you build around these two stars. You have to build this team around these two stars. Make no mistake about it. You spent 2 number 1 picks, and you might be in the top 5 in the lottery. Depends on how the season plays out. You might squeak into the playoffs, and, who knows what might happen. But at the same time, they have to take these practice seriously when they get a chance and continue to build chemistry and implement some kind of coaching system, some kind of system that's going to help, help each one of their skills and whatnot. So I feel like at the end of the day, Magic gave great sound advice to Caitlin. Reach out to Larry Bird. She probably already have, nobody knows. Caitlin does not have her business out there like that. She's very low key, so, and I think that Larry probably have reached out for her and talked to her. I do believe she's going to be great. I think she's going to be phenomenal. I think she's going to navigate this well. And like Magic said, once she learns everything and get a thing, she's definitely going to be you know, eventually she gonna be one of the great players in the league. You know, and before her career is over, hopefully she's be one of the greatest players in the league, and she you know, eventually be a GOAT. So with that being said, man, you know, kudos to Caitlin for keeping her head strong, keeping the noise down to a minimal, focus on her team, focus on her craft, do what she loved to do, you know, and everything will work out itself. You know, until then, you know, you can't really, you know, jump on every storyline that's out there about the, you know, the negativity and stuff. My thing is this here is that, you know, the noise gonna be the noise, the players gonna be the players. Until then, this is your boy Livewire Sports Media. Have a blessed day. Enjoy the game tonight because I definitely will be locked in, and I will bring a short video to recap the game. Until then, see you.